Hey guys, hope you're doing good. So today is Saturday, September 24th. I just got off a call with a client who was building his copy for his email campaign. I don't normally work on Saturdays, but I was like, hey, you need some copy? Let me write some bangers for you. So we did that. But after the call, I was like, you know what? Let me actually, because I have a lot of things on my mind right now. So I was like, it would probably make a cool YouTube video for me to share what's on my mind and what's coming up next for client acquisition.io. Okay, so actually before I go over the stuff that I'm about to share today, I want to remind you that on Monday I'm releasing the 3-hour webinar that I did, 3 hours on my birthday, July 28th. We had hundreds of people go through it. I shared everything there is to building a 50K a month TikTok agency. If you wanted to scale it to that scale in 4 months or less, I shared the offers, the winning offers. I shared the fulfillment process. I shared how to package your UGCs and how to price them. I shared the client acquisition systems. Some clients actually jumped on the webinar, shared their screen and shared what they're doing, their onboarding process, their fulfillment and all that good stuff. We give everything away. Right now it currently costs $2.99 to get the webinar. We've had a bunch of people get it already, but I wanted to make it for free for a week. The reason why I want to do it is simply that I want more people to learn about the thing, because I get so many messages every day, people asking me, hey Serge, how do you price this? How do you do this? How do you do that? So I spent 3 hours on my birthday, on my 24th birthday, to share everything that we've been able to figure out around TikTok. I had also our white label partners jump on there and share their insights. So if you want to get it, it's 3 hours. Some people are like, why would I spend 3 hours on a webinar? I'm like, the Batman movie was 3 hours. Some people still watched it. Did they end up building a $500,000 profit business? No, but they still did it for enjoyment, right? If you're an entrepreneur and you can't make sense of staying 3 hours seated to learn something that can make you millions, then you're probably not an entrepreneur. It's like, you gotta choose, right? You can't want a specific life, and then when we talk about the cost that you have or the price to pay to get this life, you're like, oh, I wouldn't never sit down for 3 hours for a webinar. Then you're probably, anyway, that's a tangent. Let's not go there. But sometimes just people just, it's funny to me. But anyway, so Monday, the webinar is gonna, from Monday till Friday, it will be free. Get access to it, learn everything, and let me know what you found beneficial from the webinar, right? But check this out. So yesterday I was having a chat with my team, right? We're talking about a specific case for one of our clients, and we were just trying to figure out a way to optimize our onboarding process, because one of the priority with client acquisition.io is to, how can we get someone from paying the invoice to seeing results as fast as possible, right? And one thing that I ended up realizing is that although we're not a coaching business, right? We're not a consulting business. That's not really what we maybe at first I switched to this model because I was like, hey, consulting is a lot better. But I ended up realizing that, consulting is great, but there's no way for you to compete and dominate by just being a better consultant. Because a consultant or a coach, all they know better than you is from information advantage, right? So they know something that you don't, from experience or from the stuff that they've learned, and they just share it with you, and you're probably almost as good as them just from them sharing the insights, right? So I'm like, well, I can't build I can't sustain a $50-100 million business just from how smart I am or from the information I have, right? Because it's stupid. Imagine if Jeff Bezos was like, he's a consultant and he can consult you on how to ship boxes, right? Well, he would never build a $5 billion a week business by knowing how to ship boxes better than the next guy. Because as soon as he sells that information to someone, then he can't dominate the space anymore, because he just gave away his secret, right? So in the last year or so, I've had I've had the goal to make client acquisition not become a consulting or coaching business, because I genuinely do not want that, right? I don't care about the profitability of a coaching or consulting or course business. I don't want to be the guy who's like, hey, I make 100K profit a month and it's 80%, 90% margins. I generally do not care about that, right? If it was profit margins, I would generally fire everyone. I think, I think July my payroll was like, like almost like 60, 70K. I could get rid of all of those expenses and, just probably get a better house, right? Or get a better apartment. But that's not what I want to do. I genuinely don't care about profits, right? I genuinely want to build something big. I want to have an impact, right? When I look at guys like Grant Cardone who are doing 500K, 600K a day, not from course launches, not from all these little marketing tactics, but because they've built teams, infrastructures that consistently and predictably generate $500,000 every single day, okay? That does not come from a course unless you're willing to spend. I mean, to be honest, even if you're spending $500,000 on ads every day to get more eyeballs and more people through the funnel, you would essentially get to a point where your market is tired of buying. Like, your market is, there's not enough pull. There's not enough people who need appointment series. There's not enough people who want to start businesses, right? I mean, there are a lot of them, but you will get to a point where the market is generally like you've saturated the market, right? So anyway, coming back on my thing, so when we're talking about a way that we can improve our onboarding, when we're designing a process, we already have a pretty good process. When you sign up in the program, you get onboarded, kickoff call, we design your offer, we design everything that you need, the messaging, all that good stuff. Then we get you on a call to build your outbound team. You select what, we give you the outreach workflow, the channels, and then based on the outreach and the channels and the workflows, we get you to pick, we actually pick your setters for you, the $3 an hour setters. And then a few days later, we put them in your company, right? And then we go on to building other stuff, right? And then we get on a clarity session with me, all that good stuff. But, I was like, what if we ditched this model where people come into our program thinking that it's a consulting or coaching program, right? What if we changed clientacquisition.io to becoming, I don't know the right name to give it, but I want to become a company that you go to and we just build as if we're building a home for you, right? So check this out, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why this is gonna be just a game changer or the positioning for our company is just gonna change everything, right? So instead of it being like, hey, this is a 6-month program, we're gonna give you a content, we're gonna give you this and this, what if we specifically claimed that we're building client acquisition infrastructures in this 4 weeks or less to help you add an infrastructure that can create 50 to 100K per month, okay, in new revenue. And we take 4 weeks to build that thing, okay? 4 weeks and nothing more, right? So you come to us and you're like, hey, Serge, I'm making 10K a month, but my goal is to actually scale to 50K per month, 100K per month. I'm already making money, but I want to figure out how can fast forward everything, right? I don't want to go buy this setter from here. I don't want to go buy cold email from here. I don't want to figure out how to leverage paid audiences from there. I genuinely want you to do everything for me in a month's time, okay? So check this out. My goal is to design a process where you pay the invoice, the first call you have the next day in less than 24 hours, we improve your offer, we refine everything. We figure out better things to add to your offer so you can charge more money. We refine their sales argument. We help you figure out, hey, what is the angle that the market cares about the most, right? Some markets don't generally care about making more money. Maybe they care making more profit. So based on how many data we have around the marketplace, we're gonna help you design a better sales argument for your offer. If we know that you're selling something that's wrong, we're gonna give you something new to sell. So that's the first checkbox that we're gonna check, okay? Then we'll go over your content process, right? We're gonna help you design ways to communicate your value online. And then we're gonna go over the outbound campaign based on your niche. We're gonna figure out the right targeting, right? No, we're gonna first pick the channel. So we're gonna figure out the niche, right? Or the sub niches if you're in e-com. And then we're gonna pick the right channel to outreach these people to. once we pick the right platform, let's say it might be Facebook, it might be Instagram, or it might be Twitter and LinkedIn, then we're going to design the outbound messaging, right? As well as the cold email. If cold email, well, to be honest, all our clients are now getting cold email setups, right? So we're going to design the cold email copy, and then also the copy for the outreach stuff, okay? And then once we pick the right channel and the copy for every channel, then we're going to design the outreach workflow, right? We're going to pick, hey, are you going to be evergreen, something that takes less personalization, or are we going to push it to the other extreme of personalization? We're going to show you how it works so you understand it. And then that's the first call. So we make sure your offer and the messaging is clear. We pick your outreach platform. We design your copy for each, the messaging for each platform. And then we make sure that you know what outreach workflow you're going to be picking, okay? 2 days later, we have another call where we get you to buy the assets that you need to actually do outbound prospecting. It could be softwares, it could be Instagram profiles, so you can actually scale your volume of outreach on these different platforms. And then we're going to get you, based on your outreach workflow and the channels, we're going to show you the training that your setters are going to have to go through, and the degree of training and what is actually really required from you to make them successful, okay? And then we're also going to be doing other stuff that I have to yet figure out, right? But on that second call is just to make sure that everything is optimized, your profiles are optimized, everything is good to go. So that once we have trained your setters, which by the way, your setters is only going to take 48 hours, max maybe 72 hours. In 1 to 3 days, you already have your setters. Why is it going to be that fast? Because we actually have, every single month we train 50 to 100 VAs every single month. They're actively going through training. We have like a coaching program for VAs to learn how to do outreach. So when a client comes through, and based on their offer, based on their channels, and based on their messaging, we vet which VA actually went through the training and who we believe is good. And based on who passed probation and passed the training and the test, we assign them to the newest clients who just signed up. So that's why it's going to take like 2 to 3 days to get your setters, right? Now, after that second call, you're going to be, before you get the setters, you're going to be getting on a second call. We actually build out your cold email campaign. We're going to be building out a system for cold email that can be scaled to 625 emails per day. You can scale it to 1,000 to 2,000 a day if you want to, by just scaling the system itself, right? So the third call is going to be a cold email setup, right? We're going to put everything in warm up for 14 days, right? So everything is going to be taken care of for you. And then on after the cold email build is done being built, then you get on the fourth call, which is, hey, let's onboard your appointment setters. They're ready. Let's onboard them on your profiles. Let's make sure that you know what are the do's and don'ts for it, and what are the risks for each profile, and your schedule to manage your new team. And then we're going to let them do. So as soon as they get onboarded, the next day we have a shadowing session with them, right? So once we put them in your company, the next day they book a shadowing session. We have a system for that where we'll actually spend 3 hours with them, overviewing how they're going about outreach and making sure they're doing everything correctly. So you don't have to spend the time doing it yourself, okay? And then from there, a week after they've done at least a week of outreach, we're going to review their performance. Hey, how many warm leads did they generate to? Did they do the right thing? What happened? What are the issues that that occurred? And then we're going to make a loom about the issues, and then we're going to send it to you and be like, hey, this is what happened. This is how to solve it. Please make sure you're doing this. These are your responsibilities, so you can make your team of appointment setters successful. Okay, and then 14 days. I mean, not 14 days later, but your campaigns are being warmed up. Your outreach has already started, and this should take at least, I would say, 10 days. Right? You pay an invoice. By the 10th day, your offer, your messaging, your setters, your cold email build already taken care of. 10 days, guys. Okay, and then the following 5 days is really about you refining your understanding, right? So you're still going to get access to our program. You're still going to get access to hours and hours of content around everything you need, from launching new offers, from scaling your audience, from building a growth team, all that good stuff, which is something I didn't mention. But if you would rather, so for some clients, we'll be referring them to the process of building a growth team instead of hiring appointment setters, right? Because some offers are just better with a growth team than a VA, okay? Or you can do both, to be honest, right? So we are also going to show you the systems to building a growth team, right? We already have the templates. You just have, just get the snapshot, plug and play, and then get it set up, right? And then you also get on a call with me, a clarity session. This clarity session with me, it's really focused on one thing, right? Making sure that you as the leader and founder know what are the main activities you need to be focusing on every single day. And then once that's clear, then I'm going to be focusing on, hey, how do you actually build a brand? How do you scale an audience and build a community of buyers? Because one thing that I can promise you guys, you will not hit the heights of the people you look up to if you do not have an audience, right? The secret why I guess I'm making the kind of money I'm making has nothing to do with the fact that I have 5-6 growth specialists sending 1,000 DMs a day and me booking 10 to 15 meetings a day. Does that help out? Of course, right? It helps out a ton because it gets me a lot of attention every single day, right? If I don't get attention in a day, I get anxiety, okay? Because I know that attention is what converts into money. So a lot of the clients who are telling me, hey Serge, I need to get to 150K per month, 200K per month, $250,000 per month. My number one strategy is, how do we get you an audience as soon as possible? So the call with me, or the thing that I personally want to focus on, is how do we scale an audience, right? Because I've gone to struggling to make 5K a month to, to making 6 figures pretty effortlessly in less than a week, right? So, and the thing that got me here is not because my outbound skill set, of course, is refined, but it's not refined to a point where that's why I'm making the kind of money I'm making today, right? It's because I'm actively pushing out content, building a growth, an audience, so that I don't always have to be so, scared to make money, right? Because the person who's going to buy from me is probably watching this video, literally, right? So, so check this out. So yeah, the call with me, the clarity session is around, hey, your activities every day as a founder based on where you want to get to, and how do you actually focus on building a brand? What platform should you focus on building your brand based on your niche and your offer and your goals and your dreams, really? And how do you actually convert that audience into money? Because it's not about, hey, I want to grow an audience. It's like, okay, once I have an audience, how do I monetize the audience, right? Then you need to build conversion mechanisms. So we're going to discuss that. But now the vision is, people are going to be going to clientacquisition.io to get everything set up in a single month, right? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, everything is already pre-built. And by the end of the 4th week, you already have your acquisition, you already have your setters, you already have your growth team, you already have your cold email, your automated acquisition system, you already have your content mapped out, you already have the right offer, you already are great at sales, right? If you need sales, we're going to go offer it through, we're going to refine your sales script. Everything you need is going to be done in that 1st month, okay? And then after that 1st month, then the infrastructure is set. You've been accountable, because one of the biggest issues that why most people fail in coaching programs or consulting programs or even services is that nobody's keeping them accountable to getting everything implemented, right? So what we're going to pivot is we're going to pivot from telling you, it's not like we're telling you, a lot of the stuff we do, we're already doing it for our clients, but there are still stuff that we tell our clients to do themselves, right? So instead of doing that, we're going to be pivoting to, hey, let's jump on a one-on-one call. Let's build everything on that 60 to 90 minute call. Everything that needs to be built is done one-on-one, right? What that will create is that then all the little things, that the loopholes or the things that get, that fall through the cracks will not be falling through any crack, because it's done one-on-one, right? The messaging, how you train your VAs, what they already know, how to onboard them, optimization of profiles. Oh, your Instagram is getting restricted? Cool. This is how to solution. Oh, we can't solve it? Cool. Let's just get another profile, right? Simple, right? A lot of people don't know this, but we actually have a system where in the background, we're warming up our clients' Instagram accounts for outreach, right? Because a lot of people have restrictions when it comes to Instagram. So in the background, we've built a system where we buy the accounts, we warm them up for our clients, And then once they buy them from us, but they're already warmed up. Okay, this is something that most people you'll never get this from a program or consulting program, right? But we're already doing this, right? So, but that's the vision I have. It's like I would love, let's say, coming to a company where I can pay 10, 15 grand, and in a month I get the insights and the infrastructure that would have taken me 2 years to build, right? You spend X amount of money, you buy years of expertise, years that you would have essentially have to spend to get to where we're at today, and get it done in a month, in a condensed short period of amount of time, where I'm kept accountable, where I know that if I'm lazy, I'm still going to be jumping on a call with Reg, with Serge, with Haisam, with Hassan, with Bell to build every systems. These are members of the team, but everything's done in that first month. And then 5 months that follows that is just for optimization. You're still going to have access to the community for 5 months after that first month. You're still going to be getting access to support calls. You're still going to get access to our updates and new insights that we're adding into the program. You're still going to have access to everything, to the content. You're still going to be learning a lot, but in that first month, that's where everything is done. Okay? Now, that does not mean that in the first month you're going to start making 100K a month. No. But at least you're going to have everything you need to see the success that you're chasing. Okay? And the reason why I think that this is going to turn Client Acquisition.io into the #1 company that builds acquisition systems for service-based businesses, agencies, consultants, but we're really trying to stick to people who are selling services, right? I don't think it's that easy to scale a coaching consulting business if you're not really solving a painful problem. I see so many coaches and consultants out there who are selling things that they think they're good at, but they don't really know the right angle to use to actually make people want to buy it, right? So I don't want to deal with that yet, right? Of course we can help coaches and consultants. I mean, I myself have built an amazing program, I've scaled it pretty well, but this thing is not yet for that audience. So I think I want to just service people who are selling services, actual services within the B2B niche, right? So yeah, but the reason why I think this is gonna, coming back to what I was saying, the reason why I think this is gonna be a banger is because then the infrastructures that I'm gonna be required, or that we've already built, and the next things that we're gonna be building, I know 100% that no course creator, no influencer will go through the hassle of building it, because of how painful it is to actually build and manage such a big thing, right? The few things that I just mentioned, it might seem simple, but to actually make it work, guys, it takes a lot of operational, you need to be good with operation, right? So I think this is gonna just put us on a different league compared to these other, coaching programs and things like that, where you're given a course on Kajabi and given a few support calls a week. That's not what we're gonna do. We're generally gonna be a company that takes care of everything that you don't know how to build, or you don't know how to improve, you don't know how to tweak, you don't know how to, or maybe you're lazy to build it, right? We're gonna be doing it for you. And then I would generally want to build to a point where Client Acquisition.io is kind of like the Amazon of this client acquisition space online, right? I don't want to be compared to anyone. I genuinely don't. I'm not chasing profit. I'm not chasing anything. I genuinely want to chase impact, and I want to be the guy who makes it unreasonable for you not to succeed. Okay, so that's my goal. Now I'm excited to go through the building phase of revamping everything. We kind of already have most of the things that I just covered, but the tweaking to make it to really dial it in, it's the extra 10% that's the hardest. To build an infrastructure to train setters and all that good stuff, of course it's taken us a year to design it, but making it even better, an inch better, a percentage better, is going to take us more input and more energy and more focus than the whole thing took us, right? Because to go from being 95% good to 96% to 97% to 98% to 99% is like 5 times more energy than it took you to go from 0 to 95%. So that's why I'm kind of excited to build it, because I know that once we've built it, guys, I think like even I won't even need to market myself, right? I won't need to do these video sales letters. I won't need to do these webinars. I won't need to do even have a growth team. At some point, we will actually have a wait list, because we're gonna cap it to like 20 clients a month to 25 clients a month, and we'll generally have too much demand to even fulfill on, right? Now, what that will help me do though is that it will help me potentially give away even more information, right? Right now I'm giving a lot of value away on YouTube for free, but I'm thinking that, you know, once I built this infrastructure, I could give away information, I could sell information, right? And be able to help people learn what they need to do to get to a point where they can actually afford our infrastructure build, right? Not necessarily like the way that Hormozi is doing it, but technically kind of like the way that he's doing it, right? But I want to get more people to start making 5 to 10K a month without having to join our community. And then once you actually have something proven, then come work with us. We can actually build a thing that scales you up, right? But yeah, I'm excited to build this. It's going to take us a little bit of time, but yeah, let me know what you guys think of this idea of you know, being a company that builds stuff instead of just teaching you stuff, right? Because teaching it's not an edge over the market. Like, you probably know as much as I know, but maybe because I've made more money than you think that I'm better than you, but I'm not. The only difference between me and you is not information. It's just the fact that I have an army of experts, and I have a team, and I have systems every day running to make sure that I can support more weight every day, every month, every year, right? So that's my vision. I think I can make this a 8-figure company pretty easily, actually, right? But yeah, Monday I'm releasing the webinar, so check that one out. But guys, please stop trying to chase ease, right? Ease will only get you so far, because if you're chasing ease, if I was chasing just being a course seller, then I would just be another course seller, right? There's nothing special to being a course seller. There's so many people who sold out on just being an information guy, right? Even if it actually makes sense to sell courses, even if it just makes sense to just sell information, because it has zero marginal cost of replication, right? It's actually pretty counterintuitive for me to go to the side where it's hard, like the side that doesn't scale, right? It's kind of counterproductive, right? Because intuitive, I don't even know what I'm saying, but like it's the opposite of what people would do, right? I think, you know, maybe if you guys know the story of Hormozi, is Russell Brunson told him, hey, stop doing these gym launches for gyms, right? And teach people how to do it, right? But the truth is that I think you kind of need to have both, because sustainability comes from providing something that is intrinsically valuable, right? Me giving you my time, me giving you our team's time, you can't make that up. You can't fake that up. You can't fake 100 VAs getting placed a month. You can't fake growth teams being built. You can't fake systems. You can't make up money, right? You can't make up a good offer, right? So yeah, I'm kind of like going to the model of like, yes, having information, but also having an infrastructure that positions me as the number one person in this whole industry. Like, I genuinely want to be the best, right? Right now I don't have the biggest audience, but you know, one day maybe this will be a good video to look back to if I end up succeeding, right? So at least you know what's my next plan. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I want to build. That's my goal. I think just making money, you know, like when you see that Stripe screenshot, like, you know, it's like, it's good, but it's like, I don't want to be making millions and only have like one VA, you know, or one assistant, and you know, have a billion watches. No, I want to have a team. I want to have hundreds of employees. I want to feed their family. I want to go to every country with them. I want to go to every country and have a team member there. I want to go to Montreal to an office and be like, hey guys, hey, what are we building today? You know, but yeah, I'm a builder at heart, guys. I'm not the most sophisticated person. I'm not the most eloquent, if that's a word, right? I'm just trying to build shit, you know? You can like it, maybe it's not you just want ease, maybe you just want to figure out a way for me to show you how to make money by not doing anything. I'm the wrong person to do that. Maybe go check out Sam Oven's content. She'll show you how to build a course, or maybe a million other copycats from Sam's. They'll show you how to build a course and how to sell it, or maybe they'll show you how to build a mean lean agency with 2 media buyers and 5 clients for you making 20K a month. Maybe you take, I don't know, 12K a month and then you're good. But to be honest, like, no, that's not really what I'm pushing. That's not what I'm preaching. That's not what I would advise you to chase, because it's not really, it's a good goal if you want to be free fund, like if you want to be able to buy water and travel once a year. But if you really want to build shit, if you really want to change your family's life, if you really want to have an impact, if you really want to be remembered, if you want to really, you know, be busy until you die, because you don't want to be bored, man. Because a lot of people, they start making money and then they start doing things that actually they start self-destructing, right? They start doing drugs, they start going out partying, they start getting distracted, they start buying 500 horsepower cars, and then their car gets seized. Yeah, my car is seized right now. I can't wait to get it back. Yeah, if you're with me and if you're a builder, then yeah, hopefully one day we'll work together. Yeah, but guys, that's really what's on my mind. But yeah, hopefully you guys found this helpful. Let me know what you guys thought of this. Should I do more of these? I think it would be pretty cool. But yeah, I want to build a service where you come in, you pay 15 grand. It's not going to be cheap, so if you don't have the money, it's totally fine. You can probably just keep watching my YouTube stuff and you'll learn everything anyway. But if you want people to actually come in your company and build things out, then yeah, come work with us, right? 1 month of building stuff, systems, teams, and then we just throw you into the arena of builders and people who actually change lives. Yeah, that's it. Have a beautiful day, guys. Hopefully you're having an amazing weekend. Bye bye.